and welcome to Zero Plays the Stanley Parable. I'm really excited to be playing this. Like, as soon as I knew it was out, I was like, buying it! I mean, look at that. My screen is a screen instead of screen instead of screen instead of screen. It's wonderful! Hopefully this all, like, plays really nice. It looks pretty cool. And, let's just hop back in. Actually, no, first. If you haven't played this game or the other game, I highly recommend you play it first before you watch. It's a lot better to actually experience playing it. But, it still should probably be a really good watch. So I hope you enjoy. And I'm definitely going to enjoy playing. End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Ooh. Almost. 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 Oh my gosh. Oh, I did it. I'm not gonna...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Aww.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Should probably check and see if this is recording. That looks a little weird. Yeah, it's still weird, but whatever, I'm not gonna get it fixed. I love story-based games. No one's in. Sucks.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
They all
Stanley
hate
decided
me?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There's a red button! Push it! No one saw anything. I did not delete their work at all. Can I go turn mine off?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I can't go hide in my office! I'm having fun. Oh, narrator, you and I are not going to get along well. Can I make a call? Can I take your papers? I have money. I don't. Though I am going to be taking a vacation in a few days. Don't let that fool you. Not a few days. 30th. Gonna go and enjoy some lovely horror down in Florida. Oh, that's pretty. Put this here to make you feel like you're not trapped. I really can't see out there, so is there really even an out there? Nope. Huh. Can I take this memo pad? No. I am enjoying turning off these computers, though. 423. Even the copy room is left unattended. Let's go photocopy, like, everything. I want to take people's stuff. Fidget! Fidget! Come on! I'm in these places. Dang it! I don't want to play by the rule. Ooh, there's a computer on in there I can turn off. Nope, nope. Ladder up into the vents. Okay. Or the ceiling. 16. Well, this is a really long pathway. Let's make it really evident people aren't here. There's some cables on the ground out there. Probably some projections for work. I can't zoom or anything. Yeah, it's for this quarter. Or third quarter, whatever.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, that's... I don't really want to listen to you, though. So, I'm going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's a light on in there! Wow. These guys left, like, pretty destructively. Things are all over the place. And they left their computers on. Wow. This is a really empty-looking room. I don't like this room. Ah! Let me do other stuff.
Ah, yes. Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking it in, huh? Cold drinks, what do we got? I don't have any cash.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah, you kind of have a point, sir. Can't fidget with the clock. Can I get a cup of
At
coffee?
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I told you, it's because they hate me! Oh well, I should be going then.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh, but there's a way forward. Why would I go there? You're telling me to go there. Oh, wow.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's a pretty big open space. Do I work in a warehouse or something? This little building structure thing here. Can't mess with people's diagrams. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay. I'm in a video game. Wow. Pretty big. I don't have a key card. Dang it. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. You jump to your death, you gotta pay us.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
It's true.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now,
But-
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just work. But you know what? Now I'm sick of people telling me what to do. I'm doing things for myself. I'm going out. I'm seeing the world and cables. And fidgeting with things. Like fences. Woo! Oh, that's a really dark, dark door. Let's go! Oh!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Can I
As
unplug
Stanley
it?
picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me
I love that I
double-check.
can do that. Oh, he doesn't plug the
It's
phone.
definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No,
Yeah.
that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
Yep.
You're not Stanley.
I'm
You're
not.
a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to
Exactly.
think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Let me
Please
out.
observe this helpful instructional video.
No, let me out. No.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real
Education.
person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real
Billy.
person named Stephen has
Oh.
a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember
I
that
wouldn't be
unlike
giving
here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find
Or
yourself
decibel
speaking
fish.
with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, why am I even here? Oh wait, that's because I want to make own decisions for myself, and I'm not going to let you tell me how it is, Mr. Computer Guy, narrator voice thing. I'm doing this my way. That's your practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
That seems
Most
like fun.
medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
More.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay. That was not fun.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But
Danger
not to worry.
everywhere.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a
Exit?
choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
It says the exit's this way, though. Stop, stop, stop. Danger's everywhere, man. Fine, I guess. I'll go. That was a weird sound. Okay, we're in the left area thing. You won't get me, narrator. This is my life. Oh, there's rails.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
That's true. I was tempted before to jump off, but I won't do that. That's silly. I don't have that kind of money. Come on. That's the door that it had wanted me to go in before. I can't jump, but I can crouch. Ha-ha! Crouch.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
But I want to make my own choices. Whee!
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to go in this one. Oh, wow.
No! Why did you do
hey!
that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I love how everything's getting all warped. Oh, let's break things more. Okay, okay. I can't go anywhere from here, but I will. I will. Nah. Nope. Do I have to? It looks like I have to. Fine. I'll go that way. Things seem pretty normal. Not locked in yet. Oh wow, it's so bright out.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work.
Do not alter.
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it?
Friends.
To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Let me choose what to do.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No, you don't.
I have to.
No, you don't. No! This isn't gonna happen. No, sir. Wow, you really trashed this place, guy.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Yep.
What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Says the one throwing a hissy
My
fit.
story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't understand.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly.
You're trying to force me to do it.
The story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I'm not going to give in to your pressure.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly.
I'm not giving in to your pressure!
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. Left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Keep sounding like the door behind me is opening.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2
I'm
open
typing
doors,
on my keyboard.
he entered the door on his left.
Yep, very much left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Oh, my cell phone charged.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means
There's a
choosing
little picture of
responsibly
Arabella,
and always
baby.
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Oh, yes.
Just
Very
follow
much
my
so.
lead
Very
and
much
you'll be
so.
fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
he entered the door on his left.
No! Why did you do that?
Quickly, hurry back.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Fine,
That means
fine.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story
There'll
first.
probably more decisions
I'm
I can
quite
mess
sure
up
you'll
later.
be up to the task. Just follow
Move
my
my
lead
lead
and you'll be fine.
All right.
When
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Sadly. Meh. That really was so hard. Yeah, things look fine. Seems like an office. Very bright out.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh my gosh, I love this! How to settle a dispute with a coworker. Everything with slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide is the slick graphic in the header, and throw some bevel on the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. To do, synergize, core values, expenditures. Number of slides on the slide. Slides, charts, and slides. Oh my gosh. Rate at which charts on the same slide depiction of the same information. Slide, chart ratio, market report, chart numbers, Rate of increase on graphs per slide. Pretty insignificant. Please no more charts, I'm begging you. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate. And return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. Something in a personal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another disgruntled employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict unless you're the kind of person who inflicts conduct. Why did we hire you? Aw. What do you see for your future? Talk radio. Mitosis. Charts. Comatose. Less air. Clean skin. Hope. Pollution. Metaphors. Oh my gosh. Just for getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work. With the exception of promotion and recognition. Don't get fired. That's just for not getting fired. Well, we got this. What is hot? Profits. Profits are pretty hot too. Target demographic, teenagers. Stripes require more secondary research. Pie. The stock market is somewhere here. I don't see these things doing really well. People want more money. Graphs and things about money. We have our new product. That's fabulous. Your reviews forward to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Tries to need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net, some of the child trap. There is something in the idea bin. Yay! No more idea bin. Trash can. Renaming of the idea. Give me. Oh, we're back to the Boss Appreciation Minute. Don't think I have to finish the slide that was after it. Oh yes. Remember that it takes two people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. Broom closet. Aww. Stairwell.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I can't go down. I want to though. I can't crouch under it either. Can't go in there. Oh wow, this is an interesting place. I guess it's a waiting room maybe? That's a nice doorknob. I really like how it contrasts. This is really good design. Receptionist isn't in. Is her computer on? Dang it. Hello! Aww.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
Well, there's usually this
Stanley had been
bookcase in front of
trained
it.
never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
So many
He drew a
feelings.
sharp breath and then spoke the code.
The most expensive bus. You look pretty good, sir.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I like how you put the red text to really highlight that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't really want... Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me,
It's
did
a
you?
banner with a gun to
Please
its
speak
head.
the code into the receiver.
That's business
Otherwise we
strategy.
can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Oh my gosh! The segue is...
Okay, fine.
funny.
You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I
It's a
asked you
kitty
for
cat.
this
It's a
one
doggy.
single thing
It's
for
a
your
doggy.
respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story
Why is-
seriously. If you
Next
didn't want to
chair.
see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
I did go that way.
Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
I am explaining myself. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Did we break Stanley?
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Oh,
Do
narrator!
something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Oh.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh, little Stanley. Yeah, the poor narrator is like, oh no. And I'm like, I'm against you, but what the? I'm back here. Oh my goodness.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
You're
meeting.
still up.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still turned off all the computers. Yep. Did it
When
restart?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, let's get the legitimate. Or somewhat. I want to see if I can go downstairs with it. Blocked off.
Yet there was not a single
This is
person
fun.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I can go downstairs. I can go downstairs. This looks really creepy. What is that? If I crouch. The memo notes. I can't read them, sadly. I think it's Delaney, though, or Lori. Fire hose?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
That he's running in a circle.
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
you poor
I suppose
sucker.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun. and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove...
Getting a lot more intense.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
We're in control.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Open your eyes.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
No! He was seeing red again.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this,
Congratulations.
and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.